What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology retold action in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Gaia. He's calling himself Hot Doggy 95, but this is indeed the infamous, the Twitch chat expert, self-described Scrim Master, EricBR the second. His opponent today in the red color, he is the king, basically. I mean, he's third. He's the third king. He's King Kimo. King Kimo the third. As he's currently third ranked on the esports leaderboard. No scrims, no nothing. A powerful Zeus indeed here. However, as we'll see exactly who comes out on top on this map, Ghost Lake. Up into the top side of the map, we do have that Tower of Cestus here. Myth units plus 0.4. Over here, we've got that Scales of Echidna, minus 15% of your Myth unit cost. Beautiful relic over there. Very, very good. Over on the bottom side, I got that Dwarven Calipers. I'll be reducing the siege. And in the center of the map, Sharon's Obol. All right, guys. Now, before we get too much into it, I do love Eric. He's a passionate guy. He means most of the time he means very, very well. And he's definitely a very strong player. So you can learn a lot from watching these sorts of players play and their decision making and their strategy and all the other good stuff. So it's well worth taking a good solid look. Kimo, on the other hand, he needs to move these goats underneath his town center. Otherwise, they might get stolen. And it's always sad. There we go, as he's doing that. All right, let's have a quick look at the little scouting situation that's going on here for Kimo. What's he spotted? He's gone straight into the center of the map. Then he's moved back to see his own town center. He does see some very, very nice caribou back here, plus a gold mine in front of the town center. Plus he's got 2 medium gold mines in his main base. And we know Kimo, if there is an opportunity to boom, he will boom because that's how he likes to play. He is a boomer at heart and a aggressor very, very rarely. That being said, he definitely can play an aggressive game very, very well. So I wouldn't put it past him to be able to make that stuff work, so to speak. Nonetheless, you can kind of tell that he's going for a fast town center here. He's already got a handful of villagers on wood, and he's coming over onto this gold tier as well. Athena on the way with a relatively stock standard advance time here for Eric at the top of the map. Eric's got himself the hand axe. Eric's got himself the pickaxe, and he's going to be chopping down these forests in gold and all the other good stuff over here before making a move up and dropping this town center, because that's what he wants to go for as well. Now, if we take a quick look at the actual map here and ask yourself the question, what is potentially possible? I need to do a flipsy here. What is potentially possible to raid or attack or get value? What weaknesses are in this space? For the Gaia player, there's not really any weaknesses. He's got back chickens. He's got back berry bush. He's got a back gold mine. He's got a gold mine over here, which is protected by a forest that he's produced, plus this mana and everything else. It's going to be very, very tough to raid this inner position. On top of that, this town center over here has got berries, got caribou. This is a beautiful, beautiful position here for our Gaia player Eric to grab. Kimo, on the other hand, he's got 4 chickens. He's got 4 berries. His gold mines, I mean, this one looks all right. This one over here is open at the front, open at the back. Not going to be open at the back with the town center going up, though. So just open at the front. So that should be fairly easy here for Kimo to protect moving forward. So we'll see how everything's going to go. A couple of hero citizens making their way over here. A little trick you can do to make this a little bit easier is you drop the Gaia forest down and then you wedge your villagers into it, as we see Carnivora getting dropped onto this back town center over there, getting bolted immediately as a hero citizen going to be coming over here. The Caladria not anywhere close to get those heals up, as Kimo has denied the town center of Eric with some very, very strong Minotaur Jason shenanigans. Not only that, grabbing that Scales of Echidna and walking away with it. Going to be very, very happy about that little early game there. But in terms of damage done, it's just a little bit. The villagers are going to be returning back up to that position here, dropping that town center down. Jason here going to be shooting away. As the Caladra going to be able to heal this back up. Now, if Kimo's quick about it, he could potentially throw up a stable here or a military academy and get some hoplites in to get some serious damage done, as Kimo just going to continue attacking away at this position here. The Minotaur does take some serious damage, now pulling back. Instead of taking out the villagers here, it's almost better to just target down the town center so the Caladria can't actually get anything. The question is, can the villagers out repair or outbuild this amount of damage? And I'm actually not sure. I genuinely, I don't know. Someone do the math on it. How much damage? We've got 9.9 or 6.6 DPS versus plus. Hang on, I got to see it. I got to work it out. 6.6 DPS plus 15.5. So you got the 20, 21, 22 DPS roughly, right? And there's no armor on the town center, so it's basically it's true damage. And the villagers build at, do we get to know? The villagers build at X speed. So, you know, if X speed is lower than 20 something damage, or I think it is higher than that with 4 villagers. So you do need to get some more dudes in to get that damage done. Nonetheless, town center is up. And now we move into the next portion of this game. Double military academy down for Kimo, no surprises there. Up onto the other side of the map here. Eric not really building anything, kind of moving out onto this position here as well. One thing that I think that every single Greek player needs to do is just get out an early Pegasus. Like, you've got your Katoskopos over here, but you want to be fairly, what's the word? Fairly active with these units. One little quality of life feature I'd love is you've got this patrol feature, right? I'd love it if I could go ahead and patrol with shift click, like from here to here to here to here, back to here, right? And do this little box around with my scout so I don't have to think about it. And I'll be able to notice if my opponent's somewhere or not. Obviously, you know, some people go, it's RTS, you've got to be able to do those sorts of things. And then I say, man, that's so tedious. It's like I have to literally just click here, shift click this like a bunch of times to do it. Nonetheless, I'm lazy, and that's fine. I like being lazy. You know, if you do something well, just if you want something to happen, you tell your unit to do it. It should just do it. You know, repeat that thing, repeat those actions. Nonetheless, I don't mind. It's fine. Maybe I'm wrong on that. As hoplites, going to be moving across the map, looking for a little something to take out in this position here. We've got that Thea on the way. Sarissa coming through very, very early on here. As all the Deuterino is going to be looking for something to raid. Obviously, this position here is the most out in the open, but over here as well, not a bad position to attack. Definitely a mana at the very least to get cleaned up, but with Thea already on the way, Bite of the Shark going to be coming through. We've got the Oracles coming in as well. And obviously the situation or the plan here for Eric is going to be to make himself Murmillo and make himself Dryads moving forward as the villagers attempting to repair this mana back up. But in a way, Kimo, I don't think he's going to care at all here about the amount of damage he's doing, because these villagers, every second they're repairing this back up, that's a second they're not gathering. So these hoplites are getting value here. They're getting a lot of resources in a way just from attacking this, and that's not even the resources lost from not gathering. It's also resources to rebuild this as the hoplites come through, sniping down one citizen. Nice snipe there as well. As will he be able to get another one here? The pacifier comes in. There will be a heal that comes through. One hoplite down, 2 hoplite down, and out. So 2 hoplites for a citizen, definitely worth it. Plus all the idle time, and then the mana will be getting taken down. Farms coming up onto this spot. Still these villagers getting away with hunting over onto this location here. But there's the Heroic Age, there's the Hesperids trees, and now the Murmillo are going to be starting to come through. And in a way here, not in a way, a very real way here, Eric's got to respect the fact that Kimo could literally be, wait, how many resources? 90? What has he got here? Like, yeah, he could probably be like a 190 population at the moment in terms of pure hoplites. Maybe a little bit less than 190 population here. And he could just literally walk forward and just take out this town center, take that entire position out, and cause a lot of problems for Eric. However, he's not. He's going through Dionysus. He's getting himself that Heracles out. Very important to have all the heroes through to deal with the Dryads. Also potentially getting himself out some Hydra or Minotaurs, some heroic age Minotaurs here. Not a terrible idea either to try and deal with all these Dryads. The Dryads, they don't have any bonus versus myth units, whereas myth units have a bonus versus them. So that's not a terrible idea to go for that, as the army now congregating on this position, as Eric wants to get that damage done here. Got the heroes coming around onto this position, attempting to take out those Dryads as fast as possible. But remember, he spent so many resources on going to the next age here, as Eric has gone something completely different. He goes to the heroic age first and then spends. There's the restoration coming through. The heroes trying to snipe down those myth units on top, not able to do so as they do retreat back. Stymphalian Bird starting to get targeted down as those Murmillos still charging in onto this position. But heavy infantry is now through. Those Murmillos are unupgraded with the exception of having Bite of the Shark, which does mean, he's not going to get that, as we see an interesting Poseidon Secret queued up here for Eric when he is probably wanting to go for Mass Murmillo at this point with some Arcus, potentially to deal with those hoplites here. Maybe not even Arcus, just Mass Murmillo. For those of you who don't know, Murmillos, they do actually beat hoplites in a 1-to-1 fight, and they cost 5 resources less. So it's definitely a nice way to kind of break through these infantry units here. However, Hippaspis coming through, and Eric, there's the reason for it with the Poseidon Secret there to kind of, well, he does cancel that one, but I thought maybe, okay, maybe Arcus is just fine if it's just going to be pure infantry. Just go into pure Arcus here rather than that, but we'll see how things are going to start working out at the moment. Down to the bottom side of the map here, we do have a cheeky little oracle just checking things out. Kimo not spotting it just yet, but Eric retreating back into his main base here. Do we see a palace coming up anywhere? Answer, not just yet. Hoplites are going to be making their way over onto the left side of the map for the time being here. Let's go over into the land of the Eric. He's got no line of sight here, so these are going to catch him out of position in a really, really big way, as the hoplites can charge in, potentially take out this gold mine, take out this town center. Still not paying attention here, as the army still sitting into the main base. He's turning around onto the town center, onto the villages here. Looks like a little bit of a messy decision here from Kimo. He goes after the citizens underneath the town center, does manage to pick off 2 of them. Potentially a third one going to go down onto the farm. 4th one going down there as well, as the citizens do manage to make it out past that gold mine. And now Kimo, he's going to be running through the main base, and this is very, very dangerous. Your opponent can always get ghost buildings down and catch you out there, as the mana on this position does get cleaned up. We've got that frontline heroics technology coming in onto this position as well. The hoplites managing to retreat away. Town center on the front going to be coming in here for Kimo in this spot, as Eric has no real answer to this one just yet. Dionysia also going to be coming through, which now starts helping out these hoplites even more. An extra 5% HP is, to be honest, I was saying the Murmillo barely win, but the extra 5% HP is almost enough to put the odds into the favor of those hoplites as well. Though if you're fighting on top of Gaia Lush, that advantage isn't going to really be there, because you get the HP regen in the fight. However, with a whole bunch of Haspis out, now Eric needs to go in to Contarius here, though the army of Kimo slightly out of position here. We see great engagement coming through. Bronze gets dropped down, and Eric has got nothing to do except for retreat away from this position here. So lots of damage to come in here. Lots of units queued up for Kimo, as he's putting some serious pressure here, as the army retreating away up onto this position here. The hoplites, they're coming in to try and take out the citizen over here as well, pushing off of that gold mine yet again, taking this forward gold mine away. I'd love to see a fortress get slammed down there by Kimo to just secure the entirety of that bottom position, and then he can just move up and just completely demolish the top gold mine there. But the bronze looks like it's about to run out, and Eric here is going to be completely fine to take an engagement. However, 3 heroes in to try and take out these Dryads. We'll see how it's going to go, as the Dryads retreating back. Eric's army of Contarius versus the infantry army here of Kimo. How many hoplites does he actually have in this army is the question. He's only got 5, so he's overdone it a little bit on these Hypaspist, so he will need to think about, oh no, hoplites up here. He does have a handful over there as well. So he does spot the Murmillo looking for some sort of a raid here. Speed-wise, these heavy hoplites from Zeus, they will be able to retreat away as the army now pulling up onto this spot. Contarius attempting to get that surround started, looking to come down onto this position. There is a fortress over here. The villagers can just garrison away. Hoplites getting pulled away. A pacifist charging up to take out those Murmillo there. As it looks like the hoplites completely fine on this spot to defend. As the Contarius, they're simply just going to be looking all across the map. And in a way, the only real way to defend against these sort of Contarius raids in your main base is to have units there or be walled up or have fortresses down, which doesn't look like any of that is in as the Contarius charging forward. Meanwhile, up onto this position, the pacifists say, I've got bonus damage versus buildings too. Don't you forget it. I can take this town center down incredibly fast. Both players now going to the Mythic age here as Hera and Atlas is queued up. Villagers getting sniped down onto the main town center here as Kimo not really paying attention. Back there, he will take out the town center. Does he garrison? No, he's just going to decide to take the fight. He does not have himself that upgrade for his villagers just yet, though it's queued up here to try and hold on. Villagers or citizens have snuck this forward gold mine. Nice play there from our Gaia player Eric here as the Dryads coming down to try and take this position out. The hoplites, or the Murmillo, no, they're not Murmillo. They are the pacifists charging into the main town today. This is where Atlas is coming through. Lightning Storm onto this position is going to be absolutely huge, as well as all the Contarius charging in here. The timing is just a little bit off, however. Restoration looks like it's going to be enough. We see Carnivora. No, he decides to pull off the town center, though he will have that Lightning Storm to drop here. It's a very all-in sort of move. We'll see if it's going to work for him. There's the Lightning Storm into the main base. Is it going to be enough or not? As the pacifists slowly getting cleaned up here. Town Center living with 300 HP at the moment. The entirety of the army getting cleaned up there. But so too will the entirety almost of Eric's army get cleaned up, as he's now going to have to retreat, move forward here a little bit and get something done. But hoplites, infantry units, they're going to get moved all across the map. We do see used onto the villages here to snipe those ones down. Everything getting pulled in here very, very quickly as the units flying away. You know, funnily enough, the more I think about it, the way to counter implode is not to run away from it, but actually to just run straight into it. Because if all of your units get sucked in, the faster your units get sucked in, right, the less damage your entire army takes. So you could just run straight into the center of the implode and you're going to take less damage from it. Right? So don't run away from it. That's where everyone's been going wrong. Everyone just run straight to the center. Big brain. Exactly. The way to survive the black hole is run into the black hole. We finally worked it out. However, Eric here, he's getting away with murder on this gold mine. We see the villagers coming over here to grab this fortress. Units coming up onto this palace over here to snipe that one down. Hoplites over here in position to defend here ever so slightly. But that hill fortress here might not be enough, as the palace on this spot will end up going down. Will this be enough here with the hoplites to defend or not? Population-wise, it's looking very, very close, as the villagers over here will end up getting sniped down. The hoplites over onto this position here, going to be able to clean up all of those Dryads, as also the Argus here going to go down pretty quickly as well. More villagers coming up onto this position to try and take this gold mine. Over here, we see Eric trying to grab his own gold mine back over onto this position. He's still getting away with murder on this gold mine over here, as that's almost finished up, but it's looking like not enough damage to be done here just yet. The number of units, that's just the damage that it does to buildings. The number of units that it sucks up, that's just the damage it does to buildings. So, yeah, that implode, right? Implode. You do see the Contaris coming around here to try and deny this position. The other thing here is, Kimo's got himself 200 population, but 235 population now. Eric doesn't have anything. Does he have himself fortified town centers? He does. So he's not that far behind on pop. Because, no, both players have got fortified town centers. I'm silly. Never mind. Is Kimo missing something? No, he's not. But Bellerophon is out. And all of a sudden, the myth units feel very, very weak compared to this Bellerophon, who's going to be very, very strong as the infantry units charging in to try and take out this town center. As I've said a million times, and I will say a million times more, Atlantean players, they do not need to put their farms on top of a town center. You can put your farms on top of a manor, on top of a tower. You want to put buildings around your town center so that people can't just bum rush it down. It's the big advantage you have over playing Atlantean. As the villagers need to abandon this post, town center ends up going down. Champion infantry is almost through here for Kimo at this moment. As the palace almost about to get taken down. We've got that Bellerophon getting sniped up as well. It's a big loss there. Town center going to be coming back over here as the Mamilo will clean this up. An interesting unit to try here to mix in is getting this Fanatic up for Eric. It does get affected by Bite of the Shark, so it's super, super strong as just a unit to add into your comp with Mermillo as well, and keep putting more powers down until you get more of them, sure. But, it's a very, very good unit there. But it's looking like the economy of Eric is slowly starting to squander here, so to speak, as Kimo searching around for something to attack. I mean, population-wise, it's just looking very, very dire here for Eric. He's just trying to get those Contarius back out. He's got only this gold mine remaining here. And in that moment, he does decide to tap out as Kimo claims the victory here with some incredibly solid Greek play. Now, I mean, in a way, I kind of think these Contarius just did not do the trick here for Eric. I mean, investing in Poseidon's Secret and then getting himself... did he also get that Lance of Stone Tech? Yeah, the Lance of Stone Tech also coming through. Heavy Cavalry, all of this stuff. Maybe, just maybe, it would have been better to just go in for Champion Mermillo and then have Arcus ready once the pacifists start coming through. Just on the fact that there's just so many things he has to tech into. Whereas your opponent, this is just hoplites. And sure, he's gone for Toxotes as well. But, he didn't have to... It's not that much he has to pay compared to you if you're also going to all that extra bonus tech for only a handful of units. Nonetheless, a well-played game here from Kimo, showing why he's one of the strongest here. Resources-wise, let's take a quick look. Very big advantages for Kimo here. And a lot of this is mostly just from the raids, really. Like, civilian unit-wise, Eric's just not getting in front, which is what you would expect from an Atlantean player. And this is just to do with some very small amounts or very small edges that Kimo is managing to muster through the early stages of the game. Nonetheless, if you guys enjoyed this one, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.